soaps, Rap P, Ritz, Hots, what up? This is shit that make you wanna double up and never flip. Snake chisel, get ripped in the park 50 a clip. Get yourself right, put ice in the wrist. Of the sleigh low blowing on the pipe, steering the whip. From where it's hard love, emptiness and henny fits. Jealousy lingering in the air, making them envious. So you don't gotta be at the bar to buy you a shot. And it is what it's not, to get your shit right. It's mad hard headed, so I learned to be a sponge. And absorb the game from all angles since I was young. Bring a little blow in the blunt, coughing up a lung. Been a young dirty bastard like Ace on Sun. And now, sharp physique, sparking the leak, light up too deep, blazing creep, playing for keep. Do the math and it's numbers out of ziplocs. And still walking the streets with the inspiration of hip hop.
Wanna stop me like drugs, squash me like bugs. Temperature, blood, no surrender. Run, killing you with kindness. Don't ask for none, compliment you bruises. Yeah, you're done. Fell in love with counting money, words of controversy. Expected me to beg for mercy, die trustworthy. Right on time, like a neighborhood cheese line. Devil wants control like a backwood weed crime. I need mine, the block on C4, I see fine. Going on a green light, good off the feeling, high off dealing. Garcia Vega, getting high to the ceiling. Woo, price on love, sexual healing, sitting on sun. Put a bullet in your drink, leaking there, blast it, blowing on the stink, rotation, traffic.
6'4", got them classics, you're living in the past tense. Catch up and speeding war, wanna FDR, bless we all.
It's real low, keep though, still nothing sweet though. Reload, back on my G code, back on my G code. Quiet money, you still ain't heard a thing. Scared money, got you flinching from the stain. Big face, scope case, pushing daisy, and the streets go crazy. Quiet money, you still ain't heard a thing. Scared money, got you flinching from the stain. Big face, scope case.
77178. Definitely want to shout out T Mills, Stalk Him Alive. Want to shout out Disco, my man E, my man P.O. Pee-wee, DJ Air Alert, and 44 Mag. Straight up, those are the inmates that always be, you know, sending letters in. I want to give a big shout out to them. Want to give a shout out to Doc Got It, Top Price, Catano, Scott, my man Elio, my man Ed, Cash Burner, Low Sub Chill, Speak No Evil, my man T Ruffles out in Newburgh. Alright, we running through this real quick, like, cause we got like a legendary night going down up in here. We got Queensbridge in the building, we got Long Island in the building. It's crazy. 6'4 Music is in the building. If you ain't familiar, a couple weeks ago we had a nasty rapper by the name of Rap P come up in the building, and this is his clique here. Rap P is here. We also got Blazin.
Peace.
We all ready?
We got the legendary Queensbridge rapper himself, Hostyle.
Yeah.
Word up.
Yeah, man.
Yo, what time is it? Is it with me or you holding it on your wristy? Rusty. Not your jokes.
Not yet, not
Crab
yet.
crusty. Right?
He ready to go already, not yet, not
Out
yet.
and into all this hip hop. So let's get real. 91.3 FM.
Yeah, Hostyle from the legendary group Screwball. 6'4 Music in the
Got
building. We
Grizzly
also got
James
Grizz in the building too.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
what up?
Mask
Grizzly
up,
James
got
was
the mask
good.
on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Watch your pockets, yo.
Yeah, no
You know
doubt,
what I'm saying? I'm
man.
thirsty, yo.
Yo, 6'4 Music. So, what's going on with the camp right now? Rap P, what's the deal?
Peace, talk about it.
Shit, we just out here in Poughkeepsie, grinding, finishing up on the compilation album, putting the finishing touches on Hostyle's project. Hostyle and Blazin just laid a banger. We're gonna let y'all hear that probably toward the end of the show. But we definitely bought some treats for y'all, you know, some good music for y'all to hear and preview the project.
And we talk about just later, like talking about like an hour or two ago on the telly, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
before we came here.
I was saying that
You know?
when I had called Rap P, I could hear the beats just blazing in the background. You know what I mean? I was like, and he's like, well, we just putting in that work. I was like, yo, that's how you do it though. When you get the unit together, you know, you put that, you know, that prime time work in, and that's a good thing, man. So, what do I want to talk Blazin real quick, man? What's going on with Blazin, man? Like,
I got a Beautiful Tragedy project coming soon called A Beautiful Tragedy, you know what I mean? Also with Shroom out in Amsterdam right now.
We about to release an EP. Besides that, me, Rap P, Hostyle. You know what I mean? Been working on that compilation all summer. Lacing it up. We got even solo.
Shout to Montega Bricks. You know,
Bricks.
Bricks wasn't able to make it. Also, Sos Bishop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wasn't able to make it tonight, but you know, they hand spirit. They on the records.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So we just been collaborating, and the energy's right, and that's really all that matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not really sending records back and forth to each other. We're getting in the studio together.
That's the only way to
making
really
the
do
energy
it. You know?
work.
I know a lot of people live by that,
Yeah.
sending things. But if you want that music to come out right, you got to build, and that's why it's kind of like with the station up here. I'd rather have people in the studio. I don't do phone interviews because I want people to feel me, and I want to feel what they do also at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
and Blazin, I first got familiar with you, like I said, it was on a track with Prodigy and Rap P.
Yeah.
And you were telling me about some other stuff that you got going on too, other collaborations and things like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I did a few records with, you know, Styles PT Block. I got one other one, dude. One other record too that's coming off a Beautiful Tragedy with also Snipe Light. I don't know if you're familiar with him too.
Definitely.
You know, D Block Camp. And I got a record with, you know, a few other people. I don't want to get too much away, but you know, I definitely got something coming,
just
man.
putting in that work.
Yeah, besides just the solo thing that I'm working on myself, you know. So
yeah, I heard of that producer Shroom before too.
Yeah, he just laced a few joints for Chic Luke. Yeah, he did a record
Shroom,
with
Shroom is
Chic and
Shroom is
Freeway.
fire. That's another one of my producers. Me and Shroom is working on the album as well. We probably maybe 16 songs deep into the project. We got Nashawn on there from the Bravehearts. We got Haas on there. Blazin on there. It's gonna be crazy. Like, the project is dope. Shroom is definitely a dope producer. He's done a lot of work for D Block and other artists as well. We got Hellraiser on there. Shout to Hellraiser. You know.
You guys also got like a production album coming out. Did I see something like that?
Yeah. I got a production album coming out. I'm probably gonna drop it on Monday. Shit, now that we talking about it. I'm gonna drop it on Monday. It's gonna be actually my first production album that I release, because a lot of people don't know that I also produce. That's only because of, you know, me. For the most part, I've been putting so many MC albums out, rap albums out, that I haven't even really had chance to put the production album out. Every time I start working on it, something happens and then I fall back. But this time I just went full steam ahead with it. Then I found the old hard drive that had some gems on it. You know, so
that's that, right? Yeah. I mean, right now with the camp and everything that's going on, with the album you just dropped, you know, Dying to Live.
Yeah.
Then you got the production album coming out. Then you got the Tragedy Gaddafi album coming out.
Before that, we got Hostyle solo album coming out.
Hostyle solo album. That's the next one that's coming out. See, the thing is that Hostyle is probably one of my. You see what I'm doing, because he's one of my favorite MCs of all time.
Yeah, you warming it up.
I'm gonna take my time, you know. Hopefully, you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just a great honor to have all you guys in the building tonight,
man.
and to have the
I just
whole
wanted to
camp
bring
here.
this together and you know, keep doing this, bringing new music and fresh hip hop, you know, to the game. Grizz got an album he's just putting out as well, so it's like we all putting projects out together and separately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we all support each other's projects and, you know, support each other's movements and whatever we trying to do separately or apart.
When's the last time you guys all got up at one shot?
I think it was
we did the show up in Schenectady.
For
my birthday,
yeah,
16th.
Yeah, like, we always be around the same like events and everything, like even with Grizz, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like everything just we all be networking together for a minute, so it's like it's just good energy when we all come together. You know what I mean? It's like nothing's ever forced. We always just bump into each other and it's always good. You know what I mean? So
I mean, at this point, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of demand to find the jewel of, let's say, the most of what there is of important hip hop, and then what is just, you know, a cage of, you know, some insanity. But I think that we all have gauges, you know what I'm saying, to this replica of what they say isn't the music, it's hip hop, you know,
Yeah.
on two siege. I mean, sorry. I meant to say, you know, the siege to hip hop on two sides. You know what I'm saying? Of every artist, because we're solo artists, we rap in compilation. You know what I'm saying? And I have a solo album that's called You Already Know, and it's basically, you know, building with a reference, you know, till we get to that technical, you know, circuit where you'll find it in, you know, iTunes or YouTube or however anyways. So, I mean, you know, for this level, you know what I'm saying, I think that we both have, you know, inseparable to an in January point from this February issue, we should have it all complete by before March.
That's beautiful.
So I mean,
that's,
you know,
that's great news right there.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on a solo album since the One-Eyed Maniac album, which was crazy.
Yeah.
I just want to bring something back, man. I want to talk a little bit about the beginning of Hostyle and where your hip hop comes from, man, and who really influenced you to do what you do. Because I can, my first experience was, I don't know if you can recall, but there was these Screwball Project Sound mixtapes that used to come out, and I remember hearing that, and I remember hearing On Point, you know, by Screwball. I just love that. That's my joint right there. $100 bills rolled up in brick was hot singles.
Alright. Thanks, man.
Nah, but it gets so deep that it's like it's crazy. Like, and then when I came home, I seen that they was doing, you know, when I came home, I first started DJing. And I seen that they got linked up with Tommy Boy and everything. So I want to talk a little bit about, you know, where Hostyle, you know, begins with this hip hop thing.
Well, I mean, you know, it started off at a label called Hydra Entertainment.
Right.
You know, they linked us up to push out buttons on, you know, a certain certainty to getting these singles on wax put on every level to what there was in CD and have it distributed independently until we caught a major distribution deal.
Who was Godfather Don a big part of Hydra?
Godfather Don was a very big, productive character. You know, it's Hydra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know, you know what I'm saying, the MO behind, you know, where he's been receiving his way of being led off or led on to. You know what I'm saying? But things don't happen. It's both sides. When I've been under siege for however many moments and periodic time to really feel like I was making wax and just CDs that were being put out there. And before I got my deal, I really recognized that, you know what I'm saying, it was a closed chapter behind, you know, them understanding that when we started, we had to choose, you know, between the streets, you know, and the way the industry really made us find ourselves and our creativity, you know, and us bringing out our artwork and distributing it to how many and unlimited, eventful, you know, distributors, you know, that worked with Tommy Boy, because they had, you know, playlists like, you know, individuals from, you know, WCW, you know, then it was guys like Alchemist that showed up, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, there's all levels of, you know, the Mo Men and, you know, people from all angles, but, you know, we really, I was trying personally as an artist, I wanted to go more international, because, you know, they say that, you know,
that's where
records sell in China,
yeah, that's
and,
where it's at, you know.
And, you know, made in the USA, you know.
But even over here, I mean, the impact that you guys have, and I remember Hydra also being a part of, with the Tommy Boy whole collaboration with the first album that came out and stuff like that. And like you were saying, like even with like the Alchemist, like Victory or Defeat, and then like the Mole Men joint, I remember all these things. And it's just like, you know, now Screwball was, it was you, it was Black Poet, Chiron, and rest in peace to KL.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yeah, that was the 4 members in Screwball.
That's what it is. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, what I was saying is that you could picture a certain view of an event to how I might have not been inflammatory on putting out with 6'4", which is a mixtape that's called New World Order, which you can find on thatpiff.com.
Okay.
You type it in, you know, type A, hostyle, newworldorder.com.
And that actually has a few of those joints that we just
it has Clap Your Hands. Clap Your Hands was on my single. Yeah. Not single, but song on my solo first album I had with Hydra, which, kind of distanced us because after the single of Hostile, HOSTYLE, it got kind of bounded off and then bounded off to, they couldn't put my album out on the label because there was some problems up with the people up at, and Feathers, that just weren't signing those checks to make what they were proposing any juicier than saying it's his fault, no, it's his fault. And then when we get to the point, as we run out of time, I'm not signing behind the dotted line if, we all can't configure to have all our signatures there. And then just leave it at the rust at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Was One Eye Maniac your only solo album?
Yeah. Yeah, that was my only solo album.
That was a crazy album. I remember buying the Wax, and I gotta say the one song on there that really moved me a lot. It was also a flip side to the Torture remix was that Street Life.
Right.
I love that track, man. Street Life is all I know.
That's my joint too, right there.
That's that joint, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, people like that, be like, yo, you ever heard this Hostile joint? And I be playing them, and they be like, yo, this is crazy right here.
And actually, that was supposed to go on the New World Order, but it's gonna go on the next version because we got volumes that's coming out. So.
I mean, classic material. I mean, Rain King, so much good material, man. It's a great honor to have you up here tonight, for real.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's ways to find, sociable ways of finding in the music, of singing along, learning the composition, trying to embark on what division that carries you to a point of knowing New York City. I know this is Poughkeepsie, but it's definitely any whirlpool of a swirlpool of a small world. And we all know somebody that could, hurricane us away from, the antibiotics and, kind of focus us on getting into, another realm of delivery, finding the hip-hop that you really don't have to be afraid of or ashamed of any individual, taming you to not learn from what you feel
can't hold us
like,
back.
or, something like that. But, I appreciate it, man. My fans out there with me. I hope you're ready for this album. Yeah.
They ready for it. They've been waiting for it, man.
So what, after say the One Eye Maniac, you did have a hiatus for a small period of time.
Yeah. One Eye Maniac.